That's her! The absolute GOAT!
2 months ago, I purchased this plant for $125 and I cloned it from a leaf sample using a process called tissue culture. It's 60 days later and I currently have 50 clones of that plant that I started with. That's over $6,000 worth of plant. Plant tissue culture is a process that is simply enough to do at home in your kitchen, and that is a big problem for rare plant collectors.
She found a way to duplicate the most expensive plants easily. And right now, all the collectors are shivering their timbers. People are wondering, wait, this is not really rare, is it? You have a plant mafia that is trying to hold seeds of rare and she is mixing that scene up.
There is a whole subculture of people who collect plants. It's kind of like Magic the Gathering cards, sneakers, or expensive watches.
She didn't mention Counter-Strike, bro.
Prices can skyrocket when something new and cool appears, but then collapse once people start multiplying it.
From 6K to 150.
There's a very limited supply.
Look at this. In search of true pink Capricorn, preferably under 1K. This is CS for Angst.
An example of a naturally scarce plant would be the Titan arum or the corpse flower. Another example would be the elephantippes. It can take decades for this plant to form the cracked codex that it's known for.
Hear me out. Plant trade-ups. It is like a trade-up, no? This one plant, you pair it with the other. It has to be the same type of plant that has to be paired, right? But I've heard that donkey and horse can as well, and then
social media can create demand really fast,
nice.
And then supply will just take longer.
4.2K?
The marketing around seed-grown plants is very similar to the marketing around mined diamonds.
True.
The diamond industry has tried to convince people that mined diamonds are superior to lab-made diamonds, even though they are chemically exact.
It is one company who bought all the mines back in the day. They could be pushing out diamonds, but they bottleneck the supply.
We have over 6,000 people doing tissue culture all over the world.
Wait. Okay, why you need all this shit? Maybe I don't want to do it.
I purchased this plant for $187 and I turned it into $10,000 worth of plants in 3 months by using a process called tissue culture. The first step was to take a tissue sample. For begonias, we usually use the leaves, then clean and wash them under the sink. Then I cut each leaf into many.
You buy a plant for $1,000 and you clone it into 5,000 of them. That's what she's trying to do. What she said, like 1,000 of them. Brother. Do the math.
In total, I count about 50.
50 from one. One plant you paid 500 for. You understand? These unks are getting scammed. They spent $500. Look at this.
50 plants times $187 per plant is still almost $10,000 worth of plants. So I can't really complain. A lot of people have some negative things to say about it and how it's affected the hobby.